we each have a note.
Tell me my note.
Well, do you want to find your note?
Well, sure.
Okay.
I never knew I had a note, but I'd love to find it. Now, tell me my note.
Okay,
Because this is how you work with people. I'm not just asking for me. I'm trying to tell people your work.
So,
Yeah.
indeed, yeah. And of course,
yes.
I'm really grateful to you.
No, just tell me.
But I sort of know where we're going.
Okay, tell me.
Because I've done this so many times. So, finding our note is an immensely sensitive thing because it's your inner being. And so I honor that. I don't
Because-
just invade people.
Well, let me just tell you, because we are missing our note in this world out here, and when we find our note, we are then not so much in that world. We're in a different.
Yeah, exactly.
It shifts us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So if you imagine, I'll illustrate through my own voice, then we'll relate it to your voice.
Okay.
If you imagine that the whole of my range is sitting here on a horizontal frequency, like a keyboard, we know that the most important thing about a keyboard is that it has a middle, which we call a middle C, which divides the treble from the bass. So if I relate that to my voice, if I play with my right hand and my right hand alone, you get a lot of treble.
Sound like a New Yorker.
Yeah, okay. Now, I mean, the interesting thing about this sound is that it is the sound of the cerebral consciousness of today. And if I'm, going into that nasality, which is often heard in this city, which has only really grown over like 50 years, you know what I'm saying? Do you know? Yeah, okay. So we produce this sort of energy, but something radical has happened to me in the sense that I'm no longer really the person that I was, okay?
Right, because your voice is different.
Right? If I go right down here like this, if I carry on talking to you like this, you'll probably fall asleep or think I'm psychotic, so I won't talk down here. But if I'm playing with both hands, you can hear the treble and the bass mixed together. So suddenly, the whole of my being has changed. Yes. So which one would you like to trust? This one up here, or this one down here, or this one?
Yeah, the both together.
Both together, okay.
I'd like both.
I'm so glad.
I don't have a choice, but yeah.
Well, I mean, if I carry on doing this, I look and sound stressed.
You like it?
And what I'm doing is just producing energy here to do with the doing.
I'm more used to that, but no, I'd like to play with both.
So
I'd like to play with a full deck.
If I say, it's Hafez, I think, so it's very ancient. If I Hafez, the great poet, the great
Hafiz.
Spiritual Hafiz, yeah. It's pronounced differently in different areas of the world.
Right.
That if, like Rumi, anyway, whatever. He wrote rather, if words arise from the heart, they enter the heart. If words arise from the tongue alone, they don't pass beyond the ears. So how do we meet our power? How do we meet that point of harmony within ourselves so that we're completely centered in the seat of the soul, which is here? So if we imagine that there are lips here or a beam of light coming out of here, you take the horizontal, you make it vertical, and you put it right into your spine. Then if you're working through here, you're always working through a point of harmony.
So to speak from this place, instead of, because I can easily...
There, yeah.
But to speak from here, from here, wow, that's different. I feel like a different person. Is that my note?
This is you.
Is this me?
Yeah. And in fact, Alan, to be frank, you're using your note all the time. Because you're very awakened to who you are.
But I feel like I'm not always here.
Now that's a different question.
Right.
Because obviously the interesting thing about people say, what do you mean? Is it one note? Is it one note? And the point is that we each have a very particular frequency, which a frequency is a pitch or a note. But we know that the note then resonates through our bodies. So the one note becomes many notes.
So have I gotten it then if I'm right here?
If you say, hello, my name is Alan,
hello,
hi.
My name is Alan, hello.
This is you.
It feels a little low for me.
It's fuller.
It's fuller,
Not
richer.
lower, but fuller.
Fuller. It's slower.
It's interesting,
slower.
right? Yeah.
It's a little slower.
Yeah.
It's a little more relaxed. I feel like it's a little, putting it on a little, I feel like it's not what I'm used to.
It's not normal.
It's not for me,
but it is completely natural to you. So it's a sound that brings the whole of your physical geometry into balance. And therefore every organ in your body literally synchronizes into that note.
Wow. You just taught me something there, Stu. But it's also a training, like you're practiced in it because you've worked. I have to then remember just to this is me.
Yeah.
Okay. This
And
is,
it's, you know, what's beautiful, and I'm sure people will see on camera, that the inner you becomes part of the outer experience. Whereas when we're here, we're largely very cerebral. I mean, I'm still in my note, but the sound is right here. So it's all outer. And it's all to do with doing. But you don't really know who I am. But if I come back here, you suddenly think, oh, wow, there's a portal into the inner being of this man. This is
that's
really
great.
interesting.
The portal into the
Yeah.
inner being. Thank
And so by finding our note, we discover who we truly are, and that if our note is arising from our heart, the seat of the soul, that the heart suddenly becomes aware of the fact that feeling is the language of the soul, not thinking.
Feeling is the language.
the language
I
of the
like
soul.
that. That is good.
But most of us are feeling unintelligent. And so we scamper through life, or we pour through life, or we shift through the hurly-burly of life, and then the shit hits the fan, and we're in a predicament, and we don't know what we're feeling. We know we feel like shit, but we don't really know what shit feels like. We don't have any way of being able to heal, meaning a movement back to wholeness. Whereas if we know our note, we have a way of being able to see what I'm experiencing right now is not the real me, it's part of me, but I'm really frightened. And over there is absolute empowerment and abundance and pure love, and I want to be over there. So what I'm going to do is to alchemically change this negative into positive by using my note. So we become feeling intelligent.
So, let me see thank you, if I can integrate. So by feeling our note, we start to also, I'll drop it, access the realms of the angelic
Absolutely.
order
Yes.
as they contribute to the development of the note. It deepens the experience of the self with the help of the angelic presence as we become more of ourselves. And then we are connected to that realm instead of mind and thinking and separate, and takes us to deeper sense of feeling, an inner experience of our reality.
That's beautiful.
That's
That's exactly what they do.
Is it? Okay.
In ancient Rome, this was taught as persona. So people acquired persona, and persona in Latin means per through sona sound. So you revealed the entirety of your being through sound, and therefore they worked physiologically to feel their note because they knew that sound was at the core of creation.
Wow, that is new for me. I mean, I'm hearing it, I'm getting it, and that's beautiful. You got something there as a
It's interesting,
core
isn't it?
teaching.
Yeah.